Welcome to this keynote address on the roadmap for 5G converged digital terrestrial transmission. This will be my brief agenda. I'll first give a small introduction and then issues which are involved in transitioning to direct to mobile. We will also discuss the next generation broadcasting architecture and what are its advantage. And finally, I will summarize briefly some of the recommendations that I think should be implemented in a country like India. So just looking at the linear broadcast TV consumption, as all of us know that in India, it has been on the decline. Most of the homes in India watch the television through cable or satellite, and the terrestrial antenna TV almost have vanished from India. And with the increasing use of the cell phones in the last 1 decade or so, there has been a lot of media consumption over the mobile devices, and there is sort of a shift to the OTT and on-demand consumptions over the device. So we see that a convergence of broadcast and broadband is likely to take place in future. Particularly, there is going to be a support for broadcast TV receptions on the mobile device. And as a result, with this convergence, we can see an improved monetization of the broadcast pipe as well. Now, this has been possible due to direct to mobile broadcasting, and I will briefly talk about this convergence. First of all, as all of you know that in the cellular mobile communications, we are now evolving from the 4G to the 5G mobile communications, particularly the release 15, which has been standardized by the 3GPP. And as far as the broadcasting technologies are concerned, we have ATSC 3.0, then 5G ENTV also, which is being standardized by 3GPP. Now, this enables direct to mobile broadcasting. Basically, the 4G and 5G cell phones could be equipped with DTM ready chipsets. Either they may be compliant with ATSC 3.0 or any other standards. And this would enable to receive the broadcast data in addition to the normal mobile broadband data. And this capability essentially enables the convergence of the broadcast and broadband. And as we can see now, then the industry is slowly moving towards the direct to mobile broadcasting. Now, if you look at the next generation broadcasting architecture, which actually provides a road to direct to mobile broadcasting. First of all, as the mobile communication move towards the 5G, there is likely to be a converged 5G core, which will also enable the support for the DTM, the mobile devices, or it could be a home TV or a TV in your car. With a plug and play architecture, which will allow any content, which could be from any data source or the content service provider, to be delivered to any consumer. Basically, it means is that broadcasting will become a service in the converged 5G mobile networks, and this can be sort of easily enabled through network slicing or in the 5G architecture. In terms of the next generation broadcasting architecture, there is likely to be a confluence of multiple technologies. It could be either 3GPP, ENTV, or ATSC 3.0 as far as the broadcast is concerned. And of course, as the broadband is concerned, we are likely to see increasing deployment of now 5G in the coming years. And this convergence will essentially bring a lot of value to the public broadcasters as it gets aligned with the 5G mobile network architecture. I will just briefly talk about the 3GPP 5G ENTV also. Essentially, it is an enhanced television services over 3GPP eMBMS architecture. eMBMS architecture is essentially an enhanced multimedia architecture, and with the ENTV be getting standardized, it will also enable the multimedia broadcast technology. It also supports the reception on the rooftop and mobile mounted antenna, and it also supports the broadcast to the television sets. Receive only mode, especially for the television sets, and which will be obviously the SIM-less devices as well. And of course, this architecture allows you to make dedicated and or the mixed eMBMS cells. If you further deep dive into the next generation broadcast architecture, then the next generation broadcast architecture is basically going to be a cellularized single frequency network based architecture, very similar to what we see in the present day cellular networks, either it be an LTE or LTE advanced or the next generation 5G architecture. Then we are of course likely to have a cloud-based virtualized core, and this will of course get accelerated with the deployment of the 5G core. Then we are likely to have the analytics engine, and we can have the deployment of the technologies of such as AI to do a lot of analytics, including having some recommendations engine as well. And then, of course, the broadcast receiver enabled devices and CDN architecture support will also get enabled in the next generation broadcast architecture. So basically, we see an integrated broadband broadcast 5G core, which will get enabled through the deployment of a cloud-based technology, through the usages of SDN, NFV technologies, and by using network slicing, a broadcast will simply become a service in a converged broadcast broadband architecture. There are a lot of advantages of such an architecture. First of all, it will give you a ubiquitous coverage with the increased viewership. You basically get a new class of broadcasting services for mobile users. It also enables a very efficient utilization of the resources, and this gets enabled through a cellularized broadcast network architecture, which is essentially a single frequency reuse one network. And this architecture can scale significantly because we really don't make any distinction between the internet streaming or the traditional broadcasting. The next generation broadcast architecture will also support multiple devices, be it a mobile device or a rooftop antenna or a vehicle mounted antenna, and so on. And finally, because of this architecture with many advanced technologies such as AI and analytics, you can have analytics driven targeted delivery based on certain recommendations. You can monitor the viewing patterns, demographic, and more importantly, you can personalize the content, and also sometimes, the advertisement. And of course, these kinds of services will lead to higher returns for both the broadcasters as well as the advertisers. The next generation broadcast architecture will also enable improved disaster and emergency warnings on the broadcast architecture, and these will not be subjected to the network congestions and outages. And we believe that we can actually optimize it for the India-specific market dynamics as well. So finally, I'll just briefly describe some recommendations that we believe should be done in the Indian context. I think we can mandate the usage of direct to mobile on the mobile device. We can develop a converged broadcasting broadband infrastructure in the country. And more importantly, we can also look into developing some India-specific standards for the direct to mobile. And finally, it will be really good that we develop an ecosystem of collaboration partners with our public broadcasters like Doordarshan and Prasar Bharati, and our mobile operators which are providing 3G, 4G or 5G mobile services. The next generation broadcasting architectures could possibly be developed even in a PPP model, given that we have one public broadcaster in the country. So thank you very much for listening to some of my thoughts on the next generation broadcasting architecture.